Woo! All right, that was a nice little
Woo!
30-second countdown to get us going live. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to watch this televised report of what is happening. I feel like a newscaster, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for
Yep.
joining this televised report for things that are happening in Virginia right now. But I'm so excited to have you guys with us right now. First of all, let me just introduce Jeanette. And then I would love, Jeannie, if you can introduce everybody, because you really led the charge in Virginia and went up there all of last week. I think you've got 20 plus people coming on board just from last week's efforts, and even more there's going to be an exodus, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I just want to put this out there, but if you could please introduce everyone.
Thank you, Dave. All right, guys. So I'm Jeanette Chavarria, licensed in Florida and Virginia. And I have the huge honor to be a part of the Freedom Network and lpt Realty. And I've actually want to welcome Christine Singhas, Christian Turby, oh my goodness, and Tanya Thompson into our LPT family.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I don't know, Christian and Tanya, can you hear us? Yeah? Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Making sure. So, guys, listen. I want to ask you, and we'll start with Tanya and Christian. If I could call you Turbo, right? I can call you Turbo.
Yes. We call
I think
Turbo.
Are you guys having technical difficulties? I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Uh-oh. All right. So, Christine, while they figure out the sound, I can't hear you, buddy. While they figure out the sound, I would love to ask you, what was your attraction to lpt Realty? There it is, Christian. What was your attraction to lpt Realty? What was it that made you make a decision to jump on board with a company like ours?
Mic on that.
I think ultimately it was because it was a business model unlike I've never seen. I've been in the business for going on 20 years, and I've been with a lot of different brokerages. My last brokerage, I was the principal broker for 2,400 agents.
We can't hear them
and
now.
It was just a phenomenal opportunity to encompass all of the agents that we couldn't provide a model for. So the marketing come in. I mean, I can go on and on, but I think more than anything, the comprehensive business model.
I love that. So what's unique about this model that really just it clicked? Because look, let's face it. For a long time, we just thought that real estate was real estate, and every company there was no innovation left. And then a few companies came out and innovated, and when they did, we said, "Well, this is it, right? Like, what else can we possibly do?" What was it about LPT, Robert Palmer, the efforts of our company that really just struck you hard?
I think first and foremost, the opportunity for agents to choose whether they're going to be on a 100% model, or if they wanted to do a revenue share and actually develop a downline that they could have another sustainable income from the real estate side. So that was probably the first biggest guiding force for me.
I think I'm 100% with you on that. I love the idea that we can attract people to the company and not force them to be on a larger split just because they have an opportunity to attract folks to the business. I think many of the real estate agents, and you know this from previous companies that we were with, that many real estate agents don't care much for attraction, recruiting, or whatever we want to call it, right? They just want to do business.
Right.
They want to sell real estate,
Right.
And
statistically speaking, we were only looking at about 10% of our agents that actually wanted to develop a downline. So if they just want to sell and they want to capture more of their commissions earned, then it gave them that platform as well.
Yep. Tanya, what about you? Talk to me. What was your turning point? Because I know, Tanya, you were the first one to really dig into this and really like just hone in on the idea of LPT. I know, you've told us a story, kind of saw it, you paid no mind to it, then you saw it again, then you started paying attention, then you dug until you found that you liked it. What was it?
Yeah, so for me, it was something. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. So for me, I didn't think that I was recruitable from our last brokerage, but I kept looking into it, having transparent conversations with Jeanette, and it was a no-brainer. Once you look at it, you can't not look at it. And it only made sense that I talked to this guy and I kept on him.
Relentless, man. She kept like, babe, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm
It
like,
only
nah,
makes sense.
we're good. But no, it makes sense. It makes sense. I looked at it. I dug at it this way. I called Jeanette. That's when we decided to call
That's
Jeanette. Right. And it had to make sense. You know, where I was pretty good. And, you know, seeing this, it changed it, especially that 100% model thing. That's going to be huge for a lot of people that
right. The other big thing too,
keep more of their own money.
The other big thing for me was what David and Jeanette have.
Wow.
Their mastermind.
Yeah, the Freedom Achievers.
The Freedom Achievers. Just being a part of that. After I got off the phone with you guys, there was no way I wasn't going to do it. And I was tagging him along.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome.
And we're so honored to have you guys, honestly.
We really are, man.
All of you.
Turbo, you got to talk to me, man. So, you know, Tanya looks at you and goes, hey, listen, you know, we need to look at this. And she was relentless about it. You know, other than the 100% commission and the opportunity for that kind of system, what else did you see that was valuable? Because you came from a different position at your previous company. You're kind of running things, right?
Kind of helping. Yeah, I had a great team, good people that I worked with for sure. And it was hard to leave. You know, I've been there 5 years. And I'd done a lot of different things there. You know, I was managing broker for most of that time for the state of Virginia, but I'd also spent a lot of time in the onboarding department and, you know, helping with a little bit with the EXP University and doing a little bit of trainings here and there. And that was all great and good fun. But, you know, when I was looking at the model that this was affording, I didn't also want to miss out on the opportunity that this was presenting, you know, the opportunity for ground floor. There's a lot of folks at EXP that made their mark. EXP was great for the folks that got in there in the very beginning. And EXP my former brokerage made a lot of millionaires in the first few years, you know, with stock and all that. And I was just never going to achieve that there. I don't have that sort of influence there. And so seeing this opportunity come with this company, being able to get in on ground floor, getting some of the founder benefits of it, and on top of it, you know, wanted to go back to sales in some capacity and having the ability to control how I wanted to work. I wanted to be 80-20 or I wanted to be 100%. The choice is mine, not anybody else's. So for me, that was a big game, big play.
And the tiers, the difference for me was game changer. Unlocking it at 15 versus what we were at before.
Yeah, unlocking at all 7 levels at 15 frontline instead of the 40 that you need at EXP. That's pretty big. Whatever.
Yeah. I think at this point, we know
there's no secrets, but
where you were before you were here.
For you.
So I think I would like to dig in. Look, you guys, let's face it, you know, Christine, Christian, you know, Tanya, you guys are powerhouses in the industry and you've got years and years of experience. You've got the experience of your previous company and probably companies before that, similar to me. I owned my own brokerage at one point. I did the whole KW run. I drank that Kool-Aid. It was delicious at the time. You know, I did my EXP run. I loved it. I mean, I never have anything negative to say about any other companies that I've been with, except for owning my own brokerage, because I missed this interaction right here and being able to connect with agents. I really missed at a very high level. So for me, you know, being able to come back to this, being able to coach, being able to teach was a big thing for me. And then now I get to build a revenue share. I get to have teams in multiple locations. I get to build and build and build and build. And the opportunity exists from the ground floor, which is a beautiful thing. So you guys are strong powerhouses in the industry. More so, you guys are all in Virginia, and we're just launching Virginia with you guys. What are your plans for growth? Christine, we could start with you.
Yes.
So my phone blew up last week. I've only been with the company for a week. Literally today is a week's time. And the amount of people that reached out and congratulating me and wanting to find out more about the model and why I made this decision that when I did to come back into LPT and when I started sharing the enthusiasm and the excitement, it was something that they had not seen me express before. So much to your point that, we're with conventional brokerages, having been in the business 19 years, conventional, and then you've got a couple of different. So I've even come from 100% model. So I have agents who have been with me for 12 years that are now reaching back out saying, hey, what is this all about? So we've got a lot of excitement going on in Virginia. It's coming from many different brokerages. The interest is growing, and I think that, so I've been involved in association leadership most of my career. And because I've been around for so long, especially in the Fredericksburg area, they want to know. I mean, inquiring minds want to know. So I'm having a lot of coffees. I'm having a lot of conversations with Jeanette. I know I've got some people that are reaching out to you directly. And it's growing and growing and growing. And of course, when people start coming over, that creates more excitement, more interest. So we're going to have some fun in Virginia.
Yeah, that coffee is going to have you like this because we're going to have many coffee meetings, It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you, Jeanette and I, speaking from experience, when Florida was growing very quickly, and when we were able to launch in Miami, we were kind of the first group. And then not only did we launch in Miami, but we brought like 100 people with us on the first week in South Florida. So we had big event. We had, it was the whole shebang,
Right.
And I think really that created such a beautiful impact to the community where people were asking questions. And like you said, your coffee after coffee after coffee after coffee, because people want to know. People want to know. And I'm glad that you're starting to see that attraction from agents going, hey, Christine, what did you do and why? Right? Because there's a lot to that,
Yes.
Well, I think it speaks a lot about their network and whose life they've touched throughout their career. And that's why I think people are reacting to this, to this matter.
Well, and Christian and I used to travel the state of Virginia. So we would go out and actually do face-to-face meetings. So we literally have agents all around the state that are familiar with who we are and what we're about.
That's amazing. So Christian, Tanya, you guys are on the same screen, so it's hard to not ask your questions together. But you guys, what is your vision for growth in Virginia, and what is the impact that you're already starting to feel?
Go ahead.
Well, I am thrilled at the opportunity of bringing the Virginia agents, wherever they're coming from, this opportunity. The opportunity that I saw once was presented. I think it's a great model. There's plenty of great businesses and great companies out there and all that, and that's all well and good. I'm excited for the opportunity to present this to other folks, like-minded folks. We've had so much outpouring support from both former, coworkers, I guess, but from other agents and other companies, just asking, what's this all about? Send me some information. When can we meet? Who do we talk to? And it's been quite a long ride. So I've got a list. I've got a lot of invitations for lunches and stuff here. So,
I know, we're already booked.
So booked for the next week and a half, pretty much, of meetings with people.
Just kidding. We have more room.
We'll get to you. If you need the information, we'll get to you. So,
we're always accessible.
It's been crazy. Good response. Great response.
So for me, really quick as well, these guys have more years experience than I do. I've been in the business now, 3.5, 4 years?
Almost 4 years.
I was lucky at a prior brokerage to have some wonderful training. So I have some friends that are in school. My daughter's going to school. I have new agent contacts that are just, where do I start? And when I learned, Jeanette was speaking about the mentor program that is completely top notch here, that for me is going to help with my growth and bringing that to Virginia and just letting people tap into that. So I'm really excited about that.
That's amazing. It's so exciting to hear you guys say that you're booked with meetings and stuff like that. And Christine mentioned something earlier, we've been able to attract, because of our model and because of the way we do things, we've been able to attract agents from traditional brokerages as well as 100% brokerages. And, you know, we've got a guy coming on board, oh God willing, in the next couple of days,
Right.
who does 100+ transactions. He's at 100% company. But when he heard that he's going to pretty much get a similar deal, but there's added opportunities for free marketing material and support and staff and things of that nature, because he's at a great company, but they don't have the staff support and everything that we're bringing to the table, not to mention the marketing packages, the billboards, the social media stuff. You know, I mean, he was just blown away. He said, I'm selling myself short.
Oh my gosh, top notch. Show us the box. Do you have the box?
Yes.
I'm coming.
You know what's funny? I was looking for the box right now because I know this was leading to it. And then I was like, I left it in Virginia. There it is.
This is an amazing piece of material.
Listen, the beauty of this box right here is that, as you guys can see, it has our team logo on it, but you can have it with your team logo. You can have it with the company's team logo. You can have it with the company and your team logo, like however you want to see fit. All the material inside is going to have company information, but you know, we have a couple different options. And the beauty of this is, for every single listing that any agent gets at lpt Realty, regardless of their comp plan, and I like to say that because people go, first question is, well, do I get that if I'm at 100%? Right?
Yep.
And yes. 100%, yes.
Everything's yes. So for every single listing, you know, 100.
Unbelievable. I know, the big reveal.
Yeah. 160 plus pieces of marketing material, you know. And listen, I'm going to go right into the pitch, guys, because I love this. This right here, this is your sign writer. The sign writer's phone number is proprietary to you, right? And I think that that's so critical, because if the person doesn't read, call, or text this code, and they just text, hey, how much is this house? You're still going to get that message. And that's so important, you know, not to mention thank you cards, note cards, door hangers,
business cards,
you know, everything under the sun. And it keeps going and going and going.
Magazines, brochures, you name it.
And
guess what?
One of my favorite pieces in there is the neighborhood guide. It's a twofold, opens right up.
That's beautiful.
And then inside, it tells you what's close by. Where's the closest supermarket? Where's the closest gas station? Where's the closest hospital? That's crazy.
Yeah, my favorite piece also is that it integrates into your CRM. So if I actually text that number, it goes into your phone. You get a text alert saying, hey, I have a lead for the property. However, it also integrates right into your CRM, so you can also connect with them and continue that conversation.
And that, how crazy is that? Every agent's going to get this for free, right? Every agent's.
And let's talk about that CRM and how we get that for free.
Listen, don't make me go into a full pitch, okay?
Sorry, we're on a delay.
Well, no, we've got a competition in Virginia on who gets the first billboard. So
there you go.
Nice.
Love it.
I'm already scouting locations, Christian.
Nice. We got great ones. Look, somebody already wrote nice. Right. So, and this is, look, it just gets better and better and better when we think about the free .loop access that we're going to have, the free CRM that we have through Chime. And here, let me get even better. If you run a team, the team platform on .loop is free. The team platform on Chime is free. As a company, we're not going to charge you for wanting to level up and exceed your sales by leveraging a team. Like, why would we do that to you? Why would we penalize you for trying to do something bigger, stronger, and greater, right? And so I think that's one of the, I was so impressed by that. Like when Jeanette and I were looking at this and we're like, wait, hold on a second. We don't have to pay for a CRM and there's no monthly fee.
Yeah.
You know, and the crazy part, I'll tell you like my story a little bit.
No monthly fee.
I heard this and then I went to to Jeanette's house, and I told her about, and I was very nervous about this because we're business partners, and so I told her about this, and she looked at me. She goes, "Yeah, cool, I like it."
Yeah.
And that was it.
I mean, like Tanya says, it's a no-brainer when you see that and you see the opportunity and you see the leaders and the people who are already a part of, it's just something that you can't like say no to. Like you have to, you owe it to yourself to take over and just make noise, like David says, and just honestly, it's gonna be amazing.
Well, I'm super pumped about the noise we're about to go crazy in Virginia with. I can't wait to fly up there. This last week, Jeanette was up there solo. I couldn't come with her, but don't rest assured that next time I'm gonna be there freezing my butt with y'all, and we'll get across. So I do, let's talk. We've talked about the future. We've talked about why you've made the move. I'd really like to hear from you guys. Last thoughts, last words. Like, Tanya, we'll start with you if you don't mind, but just something you'd like to communicate to everybody watching right now that's paying attention.
Yeah, so for me, having that choice of 100% or going to the rev share 80/20 and having that option, listing power tools being available to us the way it is. And honestly, David and Jeanette being a part of the Freedom Network, that was it for me. No joke. I mean, this is, the sky's the limit. It's a ground floor opportunity. And I can't say enough. It was a no-brainer.
We're excited to have you. Christian Turbo, tell me what's up.
Turbo.
I'm excited for the opportunity of bringing and helping more agents. At heart, if you're a broker and you're not, your desire, your drive is not helping your agents, you probably need to get into another business. That's always been my focus. That's the reason I got my broker license, is because there's a lot of folks out there with pretty crummy brokers. And I always wanted to be that resource of having, the ability of giving back to them. So that's big for me. In return, I just hope that, we grow this thing bigger than has ever been done. It's already growing faster than I've ever seen. Wow. So I'm excited for it.
That's awesome. Christine, final thoughts.
So super excited. The people that I've talked to, the support that Jeanette, I talked to her before I came on board. She was with me at the last brokerage. She's been gracious enough to spend Uber hours in making sure that I'm comfortable and I know what's going on. Your support. So I think just having the availability and the resources, like I said, this is a model that I've never seen before in almost 2 decades of real estate. So LPT has really taken the best of all components. The marketing piece, unmatchable. There is no other firm that I've ever heard of before that provides full color, beautiful pieces for every single agent, regardless of their production. Some companies, you might have to earn certain resources like that. You don't have to do that here. The peeps, you can't get any better than these two, than all 4 of you. So really looking forward to having more of the same. Jeanette and I were just having a conversation of surrounding ourselves with like people. There's nothing worse than having people that are counterintuitive to your beliefs and to your drive, but doing it for the right reason. So helping others, to Christian's position, helping others to become the best that they can be is part of what I've always tried to do as well. So I look forward to having that opportunity with any agents that I can support coming into LPT.
That's so. I'm just beside myself. I'm pumped. I'm glad to be in business with you guys. Anything I can do to help, I am here for you. Jeanette is here for you. We're excited to have you guys on board. We're gonna take Virginia by storm, and then when we're done there and we've dominated, we're gonna take it state by state, guys. As Robert opens up more states and more states. For those of you out there watching right now, we're open in Florida, Texas, Colorado, and Virginia, and we're ready. We're ready to have you on board for the future, and then the very near future. Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, New Jersey, and New York. That's very near future. Puerto Rico as well. So we're Oh, and Tennessee. So we're beyond excited about the growth of the company. We're excited that it's not a shotgun growth, right? Because, you know, Robert Palmer could have opened up all the states in one shot and just went with it, but then we wouldn't be staffed right, and we'd have states with 10 agents because it wasn't getting the proper attention. And so we're going state by state, and we're working on state domination. I wanted to say world domination, but it's just a state. So state by state,
We're just starting state by state.
Yeah, we're going to take the world state by state, and we're super pumped and excited about it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching right now and you know these beautiful people on the screen, call them up and find out what in the world they did and why. We're so excited, man. Thank you guys for coming live with Jeanette and I. It means the world to us to be able to broadcast this out to everybody. So we really appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Woo. Thank you, guys.